And thank you, Ranking Member Raskin, for holding this important hearing and for giving me the opportunity to wave onto this committee for the hearing. I appreciate that. Postmaster General DeJoy and Inspector General Hull, thank you for being here and listening to the concerns that many of my colleagues are sharing regarding the recent proposed changes to the Postal Service. I represent Champaign and Springfield processing distribution centers in Illinois. Under your Delivering for America plan, both of these facilities would be downsized and consolidated into the St. Louis and Chicago distribution centers. This means my constituents' outgoing mail would have to travel hundreds of miles, additional miles, before even being sent out to their final destinations. With the current degree of service already substandard, these changes are just quite frankly unacceptable. This is even more concerning given the findings in Inspector General Hull's report following the implementation of these changes in Richmond, Virginia, which found that these changes, quote, contributed to a decrease in service performance for the Richmond region that continued 4 months after the launch. So my first question is to Postmaster General DeJoy. Can you promise my constituents in central Illinois that they will not see declines in on-time mail performance if there is a change in operation at the Champaign and Springfield distribution centers? And I'd really appreciate just a simple yes or no.
They will not experience what we experienced in Richmond. So yes.
No, they will not.
They will not experience what we experienced.
Additional delays. Okay, that's encouraging. Postmaster General DeJoy, the Champaign Processing and Distribution Center also employs over 200 career and pre-career postal employees, and the Springfield Processing and Distribution Center employs over 170 workers. According to the Mail Processing Facility Review, there's expected to be a net loss of over 100 employees at the Champaign Processing and Distribution Center and over 30 at the Springfield Processing and Distribution Center. How are you ensuring that all of these employees are provided with other employment opportunities, given that there will be no processing and distribution centers in central Illinois following these changes?
I don't. If you got that data out of a filing that we had, the intent of the plan, number one, is to also bring other type of if we in fact make that move for those particular locations, we will be also driving package delivery business into that location. So our intent is that people will have jobs in those particular areas. If we will work with attrition, we have a lot of attrition in the Postal Service, and we'll work through attrition. And I also got to go back. Some of these locations we are evaluating with regard to the new 3661 we just filed, and they may or may not be continuing in that direction. That was a big study we did to try and get our hands around where do we get savings from. But I could follow up with you on that if that is if one of the cases. The people are going to be okay.
Yeah, I think that is one of my bigger concerns is these employees and making sure that they can stay within their areas that they're working, and that is the true commitment that they have, that they don't have to be concerned about their employment situations.
We're very, I've been very, very committed to that since I walked in the door to make the right moves as we're making this transition so people feel secure in their jobs, which is why I converted a lot of people to full-time.
Okay. I also wanted to talk about Postmaster General DeJoy, your regional transportation optimization plan as well. As you know, if enacted, this plan would limit the number of times post offices located more than 50 miles away from a regional processing and distribution center have their outgoing mail picked up to just 1 time per day. The Postal Service has admitted that these changes will create up to 24 hours of additional delays for predominantly rural regions, and that's particularly the region that I represent in downstate Illinois. In the third quarter of the last fiscal year, on-time delivery rates for 3 to 5 day first-class mail in downstate Illinois was only 68%. Given that 1/3 of my constituents are already getting their mail late, how can you justify further delaying their mail simply because they don't live within a 50-mile area of a larger city?
Well, we need to reshape the Postal Service because we're losing a lot of money. There was 59 billion pieces of single-piece first-class mail in 1999. There's less than 12 now, and it's going down. What I will say in this plan, right now, we have trucks going out in the morning empty and coming back empty, then going back at night empty and coming back empty. What we're proposing in this new plan for those further areas, we go out and deliver and pick up the mail at the same time. Then we will accelerate it through the system, right? 90% of the mail throughout the nation, especially on delivery going into these areas, will be accelerated. It's just the pickup of single-piece first-class mail that will be delayed tops 24 hours in so it's 2-day might go to 3-day, 3-day might go to 4-day, 4-day might go to 5-day, but nothing's going beyond the 5 days because we'll fly it or do something else. I think it's all these decisions are tough. Where do we get that we can stop tens of thousands of trucks running around empty throughout the nation by doing this? And then in some of these areas, like your area, where it's remote, but it's got population and has package business in and out. We articulate the worst of the situation. I think there's some other opportunities for those particular areas.
Yeah, and I know I'm out of time. I just want to say that these changes can't be made on the backs of rural America, and that is my very big concern, that the focus is on these urban cities, these big cities, at the detriment and at the loss of services for rural parts of our country. That's a very big concern. I yield back. Thank you.
All right, gentlelady's time's expired. That concludes